Hello folks, welcome to IAS Academy. In this video, we will be discussing a current affair topic presented to you by a faculty, Sushma KP. So what is the topic that we will be looking into today? China calls on India to jointly oppose USA's abusive tariffs. Why do you think this is happening? In this video, we will be discussing as to why is it in news, what is the relevance of it to UPSC, that is your GS paper 2. We will be seeing the impact of the global trade tariffs imposed by US President Donald Trump. We will see its impact on India and what role or choice of action should India pursue further. All this we will be seeing in the course of the video. Look at this. Let's stand together to overcome the difficulties, says Chinese mission to India. Before we get started, there is a small announcement from IAS Academy, wherein if you are to if you want to realize your dream of civil service examinations, then look no further. You have found the right spot with respect to IAS Academy. When I tell IAS Academy is your one-stop destination for your civil service examinations, be it from your prelims to mains or to the interview, all throughout the process of civil service examinations, you are handheld and hand guided throughout the preparation to make sure you receive the personalized support and mentoring. IAS Academy has fixed its class strength at 40 member per batch limit. Irrespective, many students fear that I may not have a good background in my education, I do not have a strong basics. Do not worry about, irrespective of which background branch you were in. IAS Academy offers you a foundational course of NCRT, strengthens your foundation and basics, and then starts you up with the advanced classes. If you are a working professional, graduate, or a student, we have the courses curated to suit your timetable. If you have to get an idea as to how the classes are, you can go to IAS mobile application and have instant access to demo class, or you can schedule one in the office. When you want about these, all are present in the description box down below to check out that. For those of you who are appearing for prelims 2025, IAS Academy has come up with all India free prelims mock test. Make yourself available to this, take the test, see how the preparation is, make the necessary changes. Alright, let's get back to the video. Look at this. Trump tariffs, live updates. Meet halfway based on mutual respect, says China to USA after Trump's 125% tariff move. 125% tariff he's threatening. Why? Trump tariffs, UK's FTSE 100 jumps as global markets rebound after Trump's tariffs reversal. What is this Trump's tariff reversal that is happening? Won't sit back. China reacts to Trump's 104% tariffs, says doesn't fear more on US levies. Which means, what is China going to do with respect to this? Is it going to retaliate? Will it be another world war, or will it be another trade war? What exactly is going to happen? All of these questions we will address in the course of the video. As usual, I will tell to you like a story. You listen to it like a story. When US President Donald Trump made the second term, that is recently he was elected as the second term US President, each country usually, whenever any election is going on, every member, contesting member, will give out an election manifesto. If I come to power, this is what I'm going to do. Similarly, the election manifesto of US President was centered around MAGA. Make America Great Again. Now it is also sidelined under Make America Prosperous Again. There are a few terminologies I'm going to write on. These are important for you. See, first and foremost, when your Donald Trump made a comeback as US President Donald Trump, one thing he promised his people, that is his voters, were first of all, people are taking away our jobs. That is, US President is telling, and the people are taking away US people ka jobs. Second thing is fentanyl drug addiction. He will take care of that. So first is your immigration issue. Second is fentanyl drug abuse. Third is for the fact that American economy is being ruined by other member countries. That is, every single other member country out there is exploiting USA's economy and trying to grow their economy. And also there is huge amount of trade deficit that is going on. So to address all of this, first immigration issue, yes, you have seen how mass deportations is being carried out. Yes. Second thing is with respect to fentanyl addiction, they have been trying to find out the root cause. They have been finding to ways to curb it, and one of the ways that they are thinking to curb is through your immigration issues. Third, bring employment to America, make the dollar the international. See, presently US is the hegemon. US dollar is the hegemon, which means the power that it wields, the US dollar, USA has always made sure dollar should be the centrality to buy your gold, silver, or basically keep it in the center of all the transaction. Per day transaction with dollar happens around $6 trillion. So when it is at this powerful, you also see countries like BRICS trying to move away from dollar because this is creating. See, this is we can tell yes, post your 1991 disintegration of Soviet Union, we entered into unipolarity. USA was the strongest hegemon. But today we are not in the same position where USA is the only strongest hegemon. There is also other regional powers which are playing a strong role. For example, we have moved from bipolarity to unipolarity to presently in multipolarity. So one of the strongest growing organizations is organizations such as your BRICS. When BRICS even thought about moving as an alternative to dollar, maybe like currency swap or coming up with a common currency, US President Donald Trump threatened with 100% tariffs. And he told that BRICS would be over if in case if they even try to move away from dollar. Because if you take away the centrality of dollar, then USA has always been banking on this dollar to make sure its ambition of domestic and international aspirations are met. Now that itself started becoming an issue. Dollar, the strength of dollar is still there, no doubt, but it's starting to have cracks in it. Amidst this, amidst growing unemployment, amidst the fact that yes, US, see, no doubt is extremely costly. So, which is what is making your other countries, such as your Asian countries, European countries, fill that gap. What your Donald Trump is telling is, you people are not treating our products fairly. We have to make America prosperous again. We have to bring the economy back into our country. We have to bring the manufacturing sector back into our country. We have to bring the automobile sector back into our country. So, to us to do this, then all the member countries should treat American products equally. That is, see, if you are a hegemon, this was bound to happen, and that is why the previous presidents had left it. Do you think they didn't know this? But now the issue is not about wanting to be a global hegemon anymore, but more of protectionist tendency. So more of unilateralism. So amidst this thing, your US president has told that any country which is not going to serve the purpose of USA's economic support, then we are going to put tariffs on them. And thus he announced something called as Liberation Day tariffs, which means he will tax for tax or counter taxing. He will tax for countries who are treating USA in an unfair manner. In the first term, this is not new of Donald Trump in the second term. This was there in the first term also. We have seen how trade war was happening with China. But this term, he has not left any country. He has tariff, that is, he has put counter tariffs on allies and enemies equally. He has put or slapped tariffs on Canada, Mexico, China. China gets almost whooping 30% partner. Mexico is 19% partner. Canada is 14.5% partner. Irrespective of this, he taxed them all. That was the first round of tariffs. In the second round of tariffs, meanwhile, he kept on telling how India is the king of tariffs. India is treating USA very unfairly. So similarly, he released the second round of tariffs. Even before that, India kept on claiming, we are ready to slash tariffs to almost 52% of your products, that is of the exports. We're ready to slash the tariffs so that we will make sure that we will also try to balance out the trade. We will reduce the trade deficit. Understanding, if we are having almost trade deficit of about $45 billion. So India was ready to do that. Whereas, irrespective of this, we did do necessary changes in our union budget. Nirmala Sitaraman announced there was considerable reduction in the tariffs from what we had posed. But irrespective of all of that, Trump went ahead with his reciprocal tariffs. That is, the second round was announced. When the second round was announced, it entered into a war of words. Canada criticized, China criticized, Mexico criticized, Argentina criticized, European Union criticized, every possible. Singapore even gave a stern action. Japan is trying to negotiate. Everyone entered into war of words, but India did not enter into war of words. Rather, India said bilaterally we'll try to settle this issue and we will try to bring the trade into a fair negotiation. This is what India did. Now, China is telling, before this second round of tariffs started itself, China kept telling, see, it should be the dance of the elephant and dragon. China and India should work towards your USA's tariff abuse. And see, now your USA has been on the side of India to extent. I am only going to use the word to extent, is because USA wants to use India against China. Many experts are telling that, see, one thing if you have to know with respect to USA is it is very difficult it is bad to be USA's enemy, but it is worse to be USA's friend. Now we see how it is. And many experts are even claiming that India should not let USA use itself in trying to counter China. Understanding? And especially with alliances such as Quad. Even though India maintains the stand that it is not a military alliance, your China has dubbed it as Asian NATO. So, with USA, we cannot expect a very long, steady growth. India being a member of the global south and the voice of global south is going underrepresented, especially with your policies such as excessive protectionism, individualism, which is taking forward, is now becoming a challenging factor to India itself. Understanding? So China is now trying to appeal to India, telling, yes, see, we have differences. India and China have constant differences with respect to border issues, boundary issues, everything. But at the same point of time, our bilateral relations should not get affected because of this. The same China which wants to tell that we have to do this, we have to be together, we have to together fight USA, is again joining with Bangladesh and trying to come near Siliguri. This is one of the most key concerns that India has pointed out is border issues for us, and China is not even paying heed to that. And it thinks that yes, border issues should not be coming into this. This is a complex relationship, we should keep it out. And India has told if we have to open the doors, then we had almost gone cold turkey with China after your 2017 Doklam standoff. We are telling first you address these issues of border security, then we will have a good bilateral relationships. So if your China wants India and China to be together to work against your USA, it cannot behave like again your version of USA only. USA is now what trying to do. See, you have to be aligning with me to fight China, but I will not be giving much of tariffs or much of any concessions for you on the front that you're a developing country. I don't care about that. So yeah, China is now playing the same card with India. Don't you think so? See, we have to fight with USA, but I don't care about your boundary issues. That's a separate thing. So if both of them are just trying to use India, China on one side and USA on one side, India now does not have to pick sides but rather first put its interest. Yes or no? What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. Let's go further ahead and see what your Chinese mission has been trying to communicate with India. This is your China trying to tell that facing the US abuse of tariffs, which deprives countries, especially global south countries, of their right to development, the two largest developing countries, China and India, should together stand to overcome the difficulties. For your Trump has now put reciprocal tariffs, right? Many countries did respond back by putting again reciprocal tariffs on USA, for which your US president went ahead and put additional tariffs on that, and for which China has told we will fight till the end. Understanding, they are telling they will not back down, and your China has told that it will be putting additional tariffs on USA, for which USA has contracted by telling I will put additional 50% tariffs. 34% tariffs was put by China. USA is telling I will put another additional 50% tariffs, and they are telling don't try to retaliate next because you don't know what is to happen. When asked US President Donald Trump, what do you think will happen with respect to China? US President Donald Trump has told that he's a very good man, he's a smart man, and I am sure he will be coming to the negotiation table. Now we have to wait and watch whether China is going to come to the negotiation table or slap it back with further more sanctions. Look at this. China's economy is underpinned by a system that ensures steady growth and produces positive spillover. China's manufacture is built on a complete and continually upgrading industrial system, sustained investment, R&D, and strong focus on innovation. This is from your Chinese mission. On April 2nd, Donald Trump, in an executive order, issued reciprocal tariffs, which was ad valorem tax duties, according to which many countries, including India, were put on reciprocal tariffs. According to Global Trade Research Institute, it is telling that India's export to US might decline by 6.4% in 2025 because of Trump's tariffs, for which they are telling that we have to negotiate. India is telling that we have not entered into any war of words. We have told that we will negotiate the agreements. If you see how the present situation is with respect to US and India with respect to imports and exports, US goods imports from India are 87.4 billion. India imported goods worth are 41.75 billion. Basically, our trade deficit is 45.6 billion. India even spoke about slashing its tariffs to 55% to US exports. Look at this. China's initial tariffs, China tariffs that it charges USA is 67%. So the reciprocal tariff that USA put was 34%. European Union charges 39% for USA. So it was met with 20%. Vietnam charges 90%, it is met with 46%. India charges 52%, we were slapped with 26% reciprocal taxes. And that too, the reciprocal taxes that he told he has put as was discounted reciprocal tariffs. Present recent developments is he has told that yes, 90 days I will give time for you guys to adjust. And in this also, I will again further reduce 10%. Despite this, as soon as the tariffs came over, the global markets were crashing. Now, because of his 90-day pause, and also as the fact that he has told that he will reduce it by another 10%, the market is slowly trying to climb. The prices of metal safe havens have increased and shot up alarmingly. Look at this, based on the lack of respect that China has shown. What? Because it put counter tariffs to the world market. I am hereby raising the tariff charge to China by United States of America to 125% effective immediately. Thus, the tariff war has begun. See the revised tariffs for countries. China, original tariff was 34%. Now the revised tariff is 125%. Now look at India, 26%. Now it is to 10%. So majority all the countries are in your 10% slab only. The funny thing here that people are trying to point out is in the list anywhere, Russia is not there. Why? For which Donald Trump has responded telling, see, first of all, we are not having an active trade because of the fact that USA is now considering that Russia is in war. It's bombing. Russia is bombing. It is a bad thing, but it is in the bombing and it is in the war. That is why we are not putting tariffs on it. And it is also criticized that it is bombing. That is bad, but it is in war. That is why we haven't been putting them in this list. The funny thing here when I told this, because Ukraine, on whom Russia is in a war with, is in the list under 10% tariffs. This is what is happening with respect to your China wanting to come closer with India, because now China is put in a position where it has to enter into a full frontal trade war with USA. And it feels that it has, alone it cannot fight it, but it also needs additional members like one of the leaders of global south to join it, that is India. China is trying to do a one-way tango with us, that is partake us on the trade tariff but not consider our border issues. Unless and until China really wants to make a proper deal negotiation, then it has to consider the border safety first before it wants us to get into this deal. Understanding? With this, we have come to the end of the topic. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button and share it along with your friends. Thank you.